Hey everyone, Mike here from PawnMate. In this video, I'm going to break down the checkout screen for you. All right, let's get started. So we're on the checkout screen. You know it's the checkout screen because it says it's the checkout screen. So relatively simple. On the left-hand side, we have some options here. On the right-hand side, you can see this is where you can add customers, look up customers, that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and pretend now if a new customer walks in and you need to add them, all you really need to do is click Add New and then scan the back of a driver's license. Now, what you can do here as well is you can add them as an individual, you can add them as a company, and you can add them as an FFL dealer. Now, if you're adding them as an FFL dealer, you choose FFL dealer, you have this little FFL lookup, you can go ahead and put that FFL number in, and it will do a search to see if that FFL dealer is currently active or not, have an active license. Okay, so I'm just going to cancel out of that. If the customer is currently already in the system, you can go ahead and scan the back of a driver's license and it's going to look up the customer, or you can look up the customer by name, phone number, ID number, date of birth, customer identification number as well. This is where you can go ahead and add images of the customer if you so choose. So let's just quickly go ahead and add the customer. So here is the customer. Now you get some information about the customer. If you use store credit, you'll see all their store credit here that you could use. If you're running a loyalty points program, you can go ahead and see their loyalty points as well. You can see obviously the name, address. Now the cell phone number is green. Now when you first add a customer, it is red. It only turns green when they give you authorization to text them. Same with the email. It's red when you first add the customer. It only turns green when you are able to email them. So if they subscribe to the email list. Now, in order to get that, you can just go ahead and click the cell phone number, select opt-in for text messages. Here's the message that comes up. You can go ahead and click send. Again, once they text start and send it back, then that number turns green. Same with the email here. Again, go ahead, select the template. Send email. Once they subscribe, that will turn green. Of course, you can automate this whole process. You don't have to do it manually as well. On the far right hand side here of the profile pic, you have this little rap sheet icon that law enforcement comes in. They need Mike's address. You can go ahead and print that. I can go ahead and text Mike directly from this screen as well by clicking the text bubble icon. I can log into Mike's Fast Pawn account, online payment, just to see what they see inside the account. I can do that here. I can give access to the Fast Pawn. I can go ahead and see more customer stats. I can go ahead and see customer rankings. So where does Mike land in the complete database of all my customers in these different ranking types? I can go ahead at the broker level. I have this little want list. Customer walks in, says, hey, I'm looking for an item and I don't see it's available. Can you guys let me know if you ever get it in? You can go ahead and fill in this form. And then when that item becomes available for sale at your store, it's going to automatically email that customer and let them know that the item they're looking for is now available. Okay. You'll see the identification here. Take pics, two types of identification. You also have a quick latest visit, redemption percentage, and how much, pawns, buys, retail sales, total redemption, total renewal, and you have these notes as well. If I wanted to edit those notes, and I can make those notes a pop-up, I just go ahead and click edit. I can move this over as an edit pop-up. I can add additional notes if I want. I click save, and now when I look up that Mike as the customer, that pop-up is going to appear. Okay. Now on the far right, left-hand side, you have the scan item, so you can scan a barcode. You have the PIN number and the manager PIN. We also have this little feature here where it's a remote manager approval. So let's say you need an approval from a manager. The manager is not readily available at the counter. You can just click this, send a text to the manager for approval. Manager gave approval right there with the cell phone. You have a discount that you can give. You can go ahead and utilize this total dollar discount calculator as well. You have a comment you can put, source. So this is, keeping track of where other sales have come from. So if, you're looking and you're selling on Instagram or guns.com or Facebook shop, you can add this as a source, and it's going to provide you with a source of where that item has been sold. You also have this little referral box. So where did the customer hear about you at? You can group customers. So you can see Mike is grouped under firearms. So then you can provide a list of customers that fall into the firearms group, and then you can create your marketing campaign and email them or text them. Pawn here, we have a single item or multiple items per ticket. This is at the time of transactions. For example, let's say you have a customer that walks in with 5 items and you ask the customer, Mr. Customer, would you like 5 items on one ticket, or would you like individual tickets for those 5 items? So that's what you could do here. Now, caution you, if customer walks in with 5 items and he wants to put 2 on one ticket and 3 on the other, you'll have to do 2 transactions for that. Okay. And then you can go ahead, and some clients will print receipts, some clients won't. If they don't, they'll just go ahead, do not print receipts, and click email, and it's going to email the tickets and receipts over to that customer, but they're not going to physically print them. Okay. Under here, we have the process, so that's processing the transaction. We also have a little calculator here. So exactly, customer walks in, says, I need a loan for $150. How much will I owe, and when can I come pick it up, or when do I have to pay by? You just click calculate, and it's going to give you all the details here. And depending on the interest template, you can choose a different interest template as well. This is a little pop-up firearm release form. We have the digital fingerprint and the digital signature as well. Okay. Now on the totals here, we have all the different payment types that you can add or remove. There's a couple more there that you could add, and the amount due. So if you have integrated payment processing, you can go ahead and integrate that. Without having to type in the amount into the terminal. You can just click amount due, and then that amount will go to the terminal. Customer punches in their information, it comes back, and everything is good. One benefit here for integrated merchant processing is that you can go ahead and void and refund the transaction right within PawnMate, so you don't have to log into any portal from the processor and perform those transactions. Okay. Now on the bottom here, we have the current cart. We have a jewelry form, firearms form, repair form, customer history, and search. We also have add check. So if you do cash checks for people, add retail item, and add item, which is the pawn and buy. So let me go ahead and click add item. Again, you can go ahead and pawn and buy. All the pictures, categories that you can choose, the brand, model, serial number, UPC code, note, location where you're storing the item at, quantity, price, and then retail price. And then you have this lookup as well. Okay. So if I want to do a pawn, I just click pawn, fill in all the information, and click add item, choose buy, fill in all the information. Now, if you're doing jewelry, you have 2 options to do jewelry. You have what we call the short form on here. So you can just go ahead, choose jewelry, metal type, carat, weight, purity, and then put in the amount. Or you can go ahead and use our jewelry form. Our jewelry form is where you're going to fill in the metal details and the stone details. And are you doing a pawn or a buy? And it's going to automatically calculate what you're going to pawn on, what you're going to buy from right on this screen. Again, you can have options here that you can control that. And if, it calculates $150 and you just want to, loan out $140, you can go ahead and do that as well. We have firearms. This is where you're going to add the firearms, so pawn buy. This is where you can add your repairs, repair a customer's item or inventory, or right from your inventory. We also have the customer history here. So if you wanted to go ahead and see all the customer history, you can just click customer history, and it's going to outline all the open items. And the open items are broken down into open pawns, open layaways, and open repairs. You can see also the pulled pawns, all the renewals that were done, all the redemptions. If you do a buyback, all the buys, retail sales, checks, stats. So if I click stats, you're going to see more stats about the customer. And then we have these more options here. So you can see all the loyalty points, repair history, consignment, store credit, confiscations, and quotes if you do that. The next tab over here, we have search. So you can search your sellable inventory, your pawn inventory, and your sold inventory. So if I just want to see, let's say Glock for sellable inventory, you can go ahead and see that. And you can bring that over to the checkout screen by just clicking the button here. Now, if I want to see what kind of inventory I have for Glocks in pawn, so you can see I only have 2. And then have I sold any inventory of Glocks? And I have. Okay. So that is the checkout screen as a review. If you guys have any questions, please reach out. I'd love to talk to you. Thanks, everyone.